Hi, my name is Jerome. I work at Botwiser. Thank you for being here. Thank you for welcoming us at this event. Before I start, this has been overseen already. I'll briefly describe why chatbots are important today and show you some case studies. And the Volvo team will also show you some case studies. Before I start, I would like to ask the question to the audience. Please raise your hand if one of you have used messaging apps to chat with your family and friends. Well, I see a lot of hands. Thank you. And you're not the only one. There are actually 3.5 billion people who use messaging apps every month. So it's a huge, pretty huge. And it's since last year, it has the traffic on messaging apps has actually surpassed the traffic on social networks. So this is a huge turning point for companies like yours, and to actually speak to the customers where they actually are, because they are on chat apps because they like to be there, because it's quicker to resolve issues. And it's also more convenient. And this is a research that has been done by BI Intelligence. Another reason is that the conversations are stored. So whenever you go back to your conversation, you can see the history, and the conversation starts where it has ended. But bots are not just chat bots or chat apps. They're also on mobile devices, like the Google Home or the Amazon Echo. These are the most known one. They're coming to Belgium as well. They're pretty widely used already in the US and in Germany. And people like to use voice assistants, especially because they let you use the device without your hands. And it is especially true for car manufacturers, because actually the driver has his both hands taken on the steering wheels. And it's also useful for garage and mechanics because the hands are dirty or also occupied. And thanks to the voice assistant, they can have instructions or they can record an actions. And we believe that at Botwiser that in the future, the interaction, the digital communication between a company and its customers will be powered by AI, via text, but also voice, but could be also other devices. But bots are not just chat bots or voice bots. They can actually be enhanced by all this AI technology that is under the water level that you can see here. And that's what we do at Botwiser. We create actually chatbots and voice bot solutions for businesses to improve the service and automate the communication. These are some of our clients we actually work for currently, and I'm going to show you some examples now. For instance, you might have seen that at the entrance, but if you go on your browser on your mobile and you type m.me/vtconf, you will be diverted to Messenger, because I suppose you have Messenger, and you will be then able to speak to the chatbot of this current event. So where you can see the agenda, you can see the CV of the speaker, you can see the floor plan, I don't know, any kind of information that you might have on a mobile app without having to download the app, actually. We can enhance the experience also by adding a website widget on the desktop. Voilà, that's basically what we do. That's the product. One of our products is called EventumBot. It's really a ready-to-use chatbot for event organizers. The other example is maybe more interesting for you people from Volvo, because it's a chatbot that we've developed for Mercedes-Benz. It's a car configurator and a lead generator for the launch of this new model, the Model X pickup. So it's supported by a marketing campaign, and on 3 countries, 3 Benelux countries, 2 languages, for 1 month, actually. The goal was really to configure your dream car, and then you will be able to send it to your friends and say, hi, hey, this is the new Model X, have a look. And then, thanks to that, we monitor the traffic and the conversion ratio. And we've seen that, for instance, on one of the 3 countries, there was a blockage. There was a lower conversion ratio. So we changed a little bit the flow, the content, the questions. And then the conversation rate increased again at the level of the other countries. Mm-hmm. So now the campaign is over, but could be replicated with another brand. And now I'm going to show you a small demo of this. I don't know if you've seen this, but I think you become to see quite often this kind of tool. May I have the mic? Thanks, thank you. Okay. Another research shows that people like to use this kind of little machines to access the weather forecast or to ask any kind of questions. So, okay, Google, what's the weather forecast for tomorrow?
Tomorrow in Wolu, St. Lambert, it'll rain with a high of 7 and a low of 2.
Works? Yeah. Okay, Google, what's the weather forecast in Stockholm tomorrow?
Tomorrow in Stockholm, it'll be sunny with a high of 3 and a low of -7 degrees Celsius.
Okay, Google, another question, another scenario. Huh? Okay, Google, what's on my agenda today?
Sorry, I couldn't find anything on your calendar. If you'd like, you can ask me to create a new event.
Well, add a meeting. Add meeting. Okay, Google, add meeting. Okay, Google.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, Google, add meeting.
What's the title of the event?
Meeting with my boss.
Sure, when is the event?
10 a.m.
Sorry, when is the event?
Yeah, tomorrow 10 a.m.
Sure, meeting with my boss tomorrow at 10 a.m. Do you want to save this?
Yes, please.
Okay, I saved your event.
Okay, Google, what's on my agenda tomorrow?
Okay, Carlos. Tomorrow, there's only one event on your calendar. It starts the 28th at 10 a.m., and the title is Meeting with My Boss.
Those kind of interactions, you will see it coming on a daily basis. Now, I'll show you a voice bot. This is just the regular voice device that you can buy at the MediaMarkt. Huh? But this is a voice bot. Then with the voice bot, actually, you can enhance with your own content. Okay, Google, go to my test app.
All right, getting the test version of my test app.
Hello, I'm Associate Botwiser voice bot. How can I help you?
Could you tell me more about Botwiser?
Botwiser helps companies to create smarter communication by using AI and chatbot technology. So stay calm and build bot with us.
Thank you. Yeah, that was it. Now, Volvo team will actually show you what they've developed on their side.
I'm qualified to answer that yet.
Wow. Okay, Google, thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Also from my side. My name is Koen Kompernolle. I work in Group IT, and I'm here together with Shana from Connected Services Support. And we like to tell you also something about chatbots. But before doing so, I just want to tell you something about IT priorities, because you see around you, and you will learn today that a lot is happening today. A lot is happening when it comes to IT around us. Everything is changing, not only the IT, the tools with which we work, but also the way we do business, the way we behave, the way we interact with each other. And this has a tremendous impact on what will happen in the coming years when it comes to our business. So a lot of things are ahead of us because of new technologies upcoming. You have you all know the big examples. You know, the Facebook is the biggest media company in the world, but they don't have assets. There's a lot of companies who are now, like Uber, the biggest taxi company in the world. They don't have cars, or nearly no cars. A lot is happening today. We need to be prepared for this. And that's why within Volvo Group, IT priorities have been identified. This is not an invention of Group IT. This is an invention of the whole Volvo Group, all business areas, Volvo Trucks, Renault Trucks, construction equipment, financial services, everybody, UD Trucks in the Far East. Everybody together has been sitting and together and identifying what we need to concentrate on in the coming years to be prepared for a future, to be prepared for dramatic changes. And therefore, IT priorities have been identified, and as you see, this is not a plan. This is already selected last year, and we have already started to work on this in several tracks. Two important ones. The first one, digitalize the Volvo Group, is a very, of course, is very now ahead of us, because we need to change, we need to be efficient, we need to look how we will work into the future. And also the second one, data and assets. We have a lot of data. Our products are producing a amount of data which you can. Our products are producing a lot of data which we can use, of course. This sometimes say data is the new oil. Well, it may be true, because data is very important to create new business models in the future. And when it comes then to be a bit more practical regarding chatbots, they of course are a part of number one, but also of course a part of number three, because we will interact in different ways with IT solutions in the future, not only via voice, but also via chat. And that is why, and this has been told already by Jerome, that is why we have been working on chatbots with several people around us here in Belgium. Shanna is one of them. And there we saw that you can divide chatbots in different ways, according to technology or according to other let's say characteristics, but also according to engagement. A first type of chatbot could be the more oriented chatbots. It's the one where you ask a question to a chatbot, and the chatbot gives you an answer. It's more or less predefined, or it's matching a predefined list. This is typical what you see in support organizations. This is structured and does not require, it can use of course machine learning. It's the more intelligent form of chatbots, but it does not require it. So it can be quite simple, and it can be more sophisticated as well, but it does not cover the more general let's say chatbots, like the one we just had here in a conversation with Google or Alexa from Amazon. They are really, really so general that you need to have a very, let's say, cognitive service behind it. And that brings us to the second one, because the cognitive chatbots, they try to interpret your question, and they try to understand the context. And this also is, of course, a very, let's say, complex world of chatbots there. There's a few examples already in our close area here in Belgium on which we're working. There's, of course, a lot more chatbots than that within Volvo Group already, but let's look at three of them. There's one of connected services support. Shanna will show us immediately. There's already some proof of concepts. All 3 of them, by the way, are proof of concepts. They're not yet in production. But there's one from truck sales as well, who is trying to give answers to customers who come on the site and have questions. And there's also one for dealer business support who wants to be introduced, and it's more than regarding password resets and things like that. So I would like to give the word to Shana to show this chatbot for Dynafleet.
Good afternoon. I will demonstrate the Dynafleet chatbot we're developing at Connected Services Support together with one of Koen's software architects. So I'll just wait till the presentation is queued up. So is it there? No.
Yep, it's on the screen, yep.
And the presentation?
Oh, sorry, it was too early.
That's for the end. Thank you. So the 20% of you who don't know yet what Dynafleet is, it's Volvo's fleet management system. Customers can log into an online portal where you can follow up your drivers and your vehicles. So at Connected Services Support in Ghent, we provide first-line support for all the connectivity solutions or connectivity services that Volvo Group offers, and Dynafleet is one of them. We get a lot of recurrent questions. You can go to the next one. Even though we have a lot of material available to support the customers, we have manuals, we have FAQs, we have even video tutorials, but with all that material, it can be a bit of time consuming to find the right answer in the right moment. So we decided to combine all that information in the chatbot. So the benefits of that is that customers can really immediately find the answer to their question within seconds even. They even get support outside of our team's business hours or opening hours. And this means that then the time of the support technicians is available for the more complex questions and the more complex investigations. And we can just keep filling up this chatbot with content that is needed as the service develops. Some of the trickier things about making this database is that it's a lot of manual work. But if we look at the time that people spend on answering these kind of questions, in the long run we think that's going to be beneficial. And a typical thing for our organization is that we provide support in a lot of different languages, 16 languages approximately. So that means eventually this chatbot will have to be translated in all these languages. So for now, we have started with a test version only in English. And I'm going to show you a few questions that we've integrated already. So my wonderful assistant Koen will help me out with this. So eventually in the Dynafleet portal for customers, there will be a link to open the chatbot. And so the chatbot will introduce itself and will ask a few questions to get started. So the first time you open that, this information will be asked and then it will be stored for the future. So that just takes a couple of seconds. We're also asking for the fleet name because if further support is needed after that, it's good for the technicians to have as much useful information as possible. So after this, you can ask your first question. One of the questions we get a lot is, how can I register my company card? That is used when you remotely download the tachographs. And the administration for this can be a little tricky because you don't do that every day.
Now register the company card. Make sure that a card reader is connected to the computer.
Yeah, you can pause that.
Mm-hmm. In the administration menu.
Okay, so the video queues up right at the moment where the explanation you need starts. And then you'll be able to indicate if the answer was helpful for you or not.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get the question when you scroll down a little?
Oh, maybe. I didn't see.
Is it there? It's still under development, so sometimes little things slip in that we did not expect. All right. So another question related to the tachograph download could be, where do I find my tacho files? And then the bot provides the answer immediately. So again,
finally, all completed downloads in the fleet are visible in the file archive, the 5th icon.
Okay,
there is a search function,
and you can text explanation and also part of the explanation in the video. And of course, that answer was helpful as well. Just to show you that the next time you log in into the app, you don't need to fill in all your information again, because that's a bit bothersome if you have to do that every time again. So you can close the app and just pretend you're logging out of the portal and logging in the next day or the next week. So you open a chat again, and you'll be welcomed, because through the cookies, this will recognize that you've been here already. And then you can immediately ask your your new question. So in this case, we're going to ask how do I register a driver? So this one will be a little more complex, because the bot tells you in your admin account you can register the driver there, but that doesn't really work for you. So you say, no, that answer was not helpful. And then you get a chance to explain what is not working. And in this case, you say, oh, I get an error. I tried what you said, but I get an error. That's something we often see. And then the bot is smart enough already to know that and say that this driver, based on the driver card number, might already been registered automatically, and you'll find it in your portal based on the driver card number. So the bot is asking to check that list and to see if you find the driver there. So you check and you see the driver there. And then it will give the advice that you can right-click on the driver and modify the name, and there you go. All right, so that did work. So, like we announced in the break, we'll have this chatbot open, and if you're welcome to come over to ask more questions about this or to try it out yourself. Thank you.
Thank you.